Haney, I never thought I'd be on this show with you talking about the Elimination Chamber for 2025.
No. Who would have thought it, eh?
Absolutely not. But you know what, mate? It's always a pleasure to have you on the show and stuff like that because we can just talk shit for an hour, let's be honest.
Yep.
Straight to the point, innit?
Yep, that's it. Straight to the point, straight to the bullshit. That's what we want.
Well, there's plenty of bullshit in wrestling, I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
But of course, as you can see, Mr. Isaacs is not here with us. He's, of course, on family business for the next 4 weeks and stuff like that. So, Mr. Isaacs, all the thing I will say to you, man, is enjoy yourself and stuff like that. We can't wait for you to come back. Let's be honest.
Yeah. No, definitely. He's actually not. He's actually been adopted by aliens. But what was it? What was it called? We won't go into that. You know. So.
Okay.
He may or may not return without a beard. What was it called? We will. We'll just need to wait and find out.
Okay. But yeah, of course, we're talking about the Elimination Chamber and stuff like that. We've got loads of stuff to go through, the entire match breakdown, everything in between and stuff like that. So yeah, enough rambling on. Get into the intro. Haney, of course, mate, we're on for Saturday, mate. How's your week been?
That's been your usual bullshitty week. You know, what was it? Work.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums my week up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's it. You know, what was it? It is been one of the weeks, but alas, the weekend is here. Or I say here, it's halfway done now. Fuck.
Yeah, obviously a busy week at work. We spoke to Rob Drake, obviously through the week and stuff like that. Incredible interview. Fans are going to go check that out. It's obviously on the channel and stuff like that. Haney, are we excited for Elimination Chamber?
I am. I'm interested to see what they're going to do. You know, there's there's that last wee bit of business rest for WrestleMania for the main event. So, I'm looking to see where the sort of story what was it storyline's going to go. In terms of, we'll discuss that as we get along to it. But yeah, definitely, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff like that. Like I said, it's the last stop before WrestleMania and stuff like that. But I want to talk about the Elimination Chamber as a whole because some fans say it's good as its own pay-per-view. Some say it's not. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think initially the Elimination Chamber was meant to be sort of WWE's answer to sort of War Games,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, what was it? That was always very interesting. But yeah, it's. I think it needs to be its own show now because you've got the women and the men, you know, and what was it? I prefer to know when these things are happening, rather as opposed to it like it doesn't really fit into any sort of storyline sort of element. Normally, there's usually just 6 guys who have all got individual feuds going on with one of the other wrestlers in the match, you know.
Yeah, and the
so
thing
this one's
is,
a little bit interesting.
Yeah, the thing is with the Elimination Chamber as well, it's probably one of my favourite matches and stuff like that because it's just absolutely chaotic. I mean, the first one I remember is obviously the one with HBK and stuff like that. What's your first introduction to the Elimination Chamber?
That was it, the very first one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what was it? With Shawn Michaels coming. What was it? What was it? And obviously Triple H got injured in that match. That was always the talking point.
Mm-hmm.
I think his larynx got crushed.
Oh.
Yes, I know. What was it called? But there's some been infamous moments like JR saying, "This glass is bulletproof," and in the next minute somebody's going through it, you know, and it's like, you know, a lot of funny things like that, you know. But it'll be fun to see. It'll be fun to see what they do with it.
Yeah, one of my favourite moments is obviously the thing with Goldberg and stuff like that, where obviously he absolutely dominated, and then just I think the ending was just really, really just annoying.
Yes.
But what did you think in it?
Sorry?
What did you think?
Of
The thing with Goldberg?
Yeah, I mean Goldberg was a bit hot and cold any time he was in the sort of WWE, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You know, that was it, and it was it wasn't one of the better elimination chambers for me, to be honest. But was it but because the type of match it is, you want it to be a bit more brutal than it is, and he's sort of very limited in what he can do, Goldberg.
Yeah. A lot of people always say that Goldberg can only wrestle so many minutes in a match and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting when you look back at some of his matches.
Well, he's a prototype for the WWE superstar, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was it? I mean, shit on him all you want, but it was a big guy like that. Real fights don't last 20 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
You don't get an hour. You don't get like what was it, an hour Iron Man sort of matches. You usually get the guy getting knocked out within the first 10, 15 minutes at most, but when you've got all this sort of thing with me. But when you've got a big heavy pounder, you're not going to last 2 minutes in the ring. So what was it? That's why WWE is all about storytelling. And what was it? That was why when they had these wrestling matches with the guys like Mr. Perfect and Brett, they were special. Now everybody thinks that you need to do all that shit in the one match every time. And it's just it dilutes it.
Yeah, it definitely stuff like that. So, what's some obviously your highlights when it comes to like the Elimination Chamber as a whole?
Yeah, but obviously you've got like famous stuff like RVD and things like that. You've got the what was it? The first one with Shawn Michaels, I think, is one of the more iconic ones with the confetti and all that coming down. And what was it? The big return and things. So there has been some what was it? Great moments in the Elimination Chamber. What was it? Some moments where we sort of like you get sort of pissed off. There's some moments of controversy, about what's the ring actually meant to be. Who's the one that may be in the ring? It's open and somebody can just run in and do something stupid. So there's been various times during what was it, Elimination Chamber. They've done various finishes and things like that. But I think in all honesty, but was it if you think about it, but was it it's the one thing that sort of like I suppose you could say that the Elimination Chamber doesn't have that it should have is to be more brutal, because you've got all these steel cages. But there's been some amazing moments, in that ring. But as I say, it's like RVD or like going through the glass, Jericho going through the glass, or the Shawn Michael kicks, the RKO's out of nowhere. There's been lots of moments. The stuff with Roman Reigns. What was it? Dodgy finishes with the what was it? What was it? The ring. What was it? Where the door was open. And strange things like that. So, but it's an event I do look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the moments I actually like, and you mentioned HBK there, was costing the Undertaker, the title and stuff like that, which led up to WrestleMania 25, I think it was.
Was it 25 or 24? Can't remember.
No, 25 was the first. I can't remember if it was 25 or 26, which was the build-up for that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know. I mean, I know the moment, but just what was it? Just what was it? Obviously, there's various moments. I mean, what was it? It has been different in the last few years as well, because I don't think it's been a while since a title changed hands inside the Elimination Chamber.
I can't remember what it was, to be honest.
Yeah, what was it? Well, I think what was it? The first one was. The second one was. I'm trying to think. But obviously it was used sporadically. It was used sporadically, but was it at various points. So obviously you've got Shawn Michaels who won the first one, and the next one was Triple H. But I think he was still champion. I don't think the championship changed hands, whereas the first match, Triple H was the champion. So what was it called? And I think what was it? I think the next couple of ones, if I remember rightly, what was it? There wasn't really any sort of changes in title, shall we say? You know, but I mean, we've had the Elimination Chamber at various events. But was it? We've had it. But was it at Survivor Series? We've had it at SummerSlam. You know, and then it sort of creeped into its own sort of like Elimination Chamber, which used to be sort of No Way Out. You know, so and I think it's been that way since then. What was it? It's been no way after the sort of No Way Out. It's always been a sort of an elimination, but certainly the first couple were sort of spread across different. What was it? Different sort of what was it? Pay-per-views.
I'm just looking now. Do you know what I mean? Yes, the last time it changed hands according to this was 2017. Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah, of course. That was a strange one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm just looking now while you're obviously talking.
Yep. I think what was it? What was it called? Like, was that one of the last ones Dean was in? I think Dean was in that one, and then he had sort of got injured, and then what was it? He sort of didn't have any more. You know, what was it? Any of these sort of matches inside it. I'm trying to rack my brains through some of the events. I probably should have. Was it try? There's so many of them. There's some sort of weird ones, you know. What was it? Like the one where they had the sort of tag team one, which was really bizarre, you know.
Which one was that one?
But was that not? Am I thinking of something else? Was that not sort of the Miz and John Morrison? You know, there was.
I remember it. I just can't remember exactly. Do you know what year it was?
To be honest, I don't think it's very memorable. I think it was like 2000 or something. I think it was one of the first pay-per-views after the COVID thing. You're going to get really annoyed at me because my doors just went.
It actually.
It has, yes. Can you flab for 2 minutes while I go see what's going on?
Yeah, as saying is obviously, you know, what he's doing is we'll obviously turn our attention to the base. This is where, of course, we promote up and down things for obviously the UK and stuff. So I'll play the video and explain obviously what happens.
Oh, it isn't time for going slow. Oh, the greatest flow to know is what's within. Is what's within. Is what's within. Oh, the fouler wind hath blown now, and onwards round all that we know. Great monsters hide inside halos, with jackals disguised down below. Oh, don't it mean to see them when shadows have faded? And the lion's been those pastures predicted in scrolls. Hey, go live, quality, family, glory.
Oh shit! All right, back. Yeah. So if people want to go check out obviously the promotions and stuff like that, we'll put all the descriptions obviously in the video at bottom and stuff. Go check them out. Support British wrestling, and yeah, have some fun. Henny, you back yet? No, he's not. Catch up on the comments. Hi, homies.
Just made it. Woohoo!
Yeah, about 30 seconds difference.
Oh.
That's fine, don't worry. So I've just, as that video we're playing, I've just looked up for Elimination Chamber 2017. It was Bray Wyatt defeated John Cena, AJ Styles, The Miz, Dean Ambrose, and Baron Corbin.
Yeah. I don't know why I remember that one specifically.
To be fair, the least ones I don't remember.
Yeah, well, I think the match type doesn't. What was it? When there's nothing significant tied to it, people tend not to remember things in wrestling, you know. But when there's a sort of storyline tied to something, that's when you remember. Like you remember the first one anyway, but you also remember the big moment with Shawn. We know big comeback, wins the title, great stuff, confetti coming down. But you also remember the moment where Triple H gets injured. You know, I always remember that.
I always remember Brock winning it as well for wrong reasons.
Well, Brock always won things for the wrong reason.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
But to be fair, you can't really, like. That's why things in wrestling, like legitimate, making things legitimate in wrestling is important. But that's why when, like, legitimately, Brock Lesnar would beat most people's ass, you know. Anyway, you know. So, what was it? It's not really that far fetched, you know. But
no,
it is what it is.
Exactly. One thing obviously I want to talk about and stuff like that, we're obviously in a fortunate position. Obviously, I know other people across the country be a bit different. Obviously, now with WWE on Netflix, we obviously get to watch these pay-per-views live. From your point of view, what's the benefits for your point?
The benefit, what was it? Of seeing them live, obviously, is getting an event. What was it? And being able to watch it, and what was it? Also having a secondary, what was it? Secondary sort of device sitting there, also connected to your Netflix, and going, what the fuck happened there? You know. Which we've done which you can do sort of like possibly going to do a few times tonight, I think, depending on what happens. But it's always sort of good to sort of call and sort of see. But it's just nice having everything in the one place. You know, you don't need to faff about. You just go in. But was it? Obviously, I'm getting a bit older now, so me staying up is getting harder and harder. You know, old man.
Yeah, because we obviously watched the last one and stuff like that, and I was struggling for the last time. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, definitely. What was it called? I think a few times I sort of dozed in and out a conversation with you.
Yeah. The thing was, I was talking to 3 people at a time. I was talking to yourself, I was talking to my friend James, and I was also talking to Drew Ashland and stuff like that. So I was making sure I wasn't sending the wrong messages. Because we've all done that, let's be honest.
Yeah, we've all done that.
So I think one thing I like about this as well is you can go back and watch the 1 year before and then watch this one. So it's all in one place. It's great. But also when you think about it, how many people can just watch it? Because what's like Netflix now for us $5.99?
Yeah, it's a bargain. All these people complain about the price. You know, what was it? It's not. It's like it's yeah. Probably spend that more than that in a pint now.
I don't know. What's the pint these days?
I don't know. I don't drink.
No, me neither. Actually, that's why I asked. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to discuss before we get into the match breakdown?
Well, it's been a relatively quiet week, hasn't it? Obviously, you've had the stuff. What was it? We know what Ricky Stark's name is, so he's sort of Ricky. What was it? What was it? Saints.
I think that's a good name, to be honest.
It is. It is. It's not. You know. What was it? It's not a bad name. Nothing really in terms of. There was obviously the rumours of Vince and setting up another company, which I think may or may not happen. Who knows? I think it's more likely that it will happen than not happen. But where he's going to get the talent from, I don't know.
No, exactly. That's the key thing and stuff like that. And there's also the promotions on the rise. I mean, this is not obviously about them, but there's always so many other good promotions out there.
Yeah. Well, maybe what he does is he buys one of them. You know.
Possibly, yeah.
You know. Maybe he gets smart and buys a big UK company and invests millions of pounds in it and gets it onto television.
I don't think the UK audience would allow that just because.
No, I think People are more forgiving than you think.
Not in the
I
UK
think
side, they're not.
I disagree.
This is something we're going to have to agree to disagree on, because I don't think that for one bit.
I think if Vince was to come in and give or anybody was to come in and do invest proper money in wrestling in the UK, people would jump on it regardless of who it was.
I don't know, because the thing is,
we're
we had
crying out for
obviously, yeah, but the thing is, we had NXT UK and stuff like that, and the problem we had with that is a lot of people were restricted to one company, so fans had to go and pay there. With this thing we're in at the minute, and you might agree with me here, is up and down the UK. Do you know what I mean? Like spread about.
Yeah. It's how you sort of balance that out, isn't it? Really, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I do think there's a market for it. But was it? I think it'd be the one thing that I don't think it was WWE would ever like have been sort of what was it, scared of the sort of whole sort of like EW thing. But I think they would be very concerned if somebody with money like Tony Khan had came in and built up a promotion inside Europe, because it's what's lacking. And I do think what was it, you would have had a very much different divided audience. Well, it depends what they do with the booking as well. Obviously, you know, if it's just the sort of shite they're putting on with the pure wrestling matches, as people try to claim, you know. Seen more wrestling than a fucking gymnastic. What was it, meet?
Yeah, the thing is, right, obviously, well, to expand what you've just said there is, we've obviously that big promotion come in, and we obviously saw what happened, and I'm talking about 1PW and stuff like that. We saw what happened that. Do you know what I mean? There's so much controversy and stuff like that. I don't think, for me, this is just what I think and stuff like that, is I don't think it'd obviously work.
Yeah. I get that. Maybe I'm a bit. Yeah. I think if it was done right, it would be. ICW was getting pretty big, and then they got pretty big headed about it, you know. And then as you mentioned, WWE came along and NXT came along and raided their whole roster, you know. So and they had the relationship with the WWE at the time. So it is possible to build that up. I mean, what was it, that little period of like 2 or 3 years with ICW, that was enormous, you know. Somebody came in and invested in that properly. What was it? And just let the guys do what they were wanting to do. It would have been massive. You know, don't interfere. Just let Mark Dallas do what he was doing. It would have been massive.
Yeah, I think obviously when you think about it now, the big company could do stuff, but still allow the wrestlers like to obviously branch out and stuff. Like that. It could work with that bit, but when you're talking like a big promotion, kind of
But what was it? It's not as if when the sort of WWE NXT UK thing was here, they weren't allowed to do that because they were. You know, but was it the Gallus guys were in a lot of it, like indie shows up in Scotland. But was it they were? What was it? You had guys doing like Josh Samuels and things like that all over the UK. You know, they all had WWE deals, and they were all still working indie shows. What people get confused a little bit about is the fact that COVID happened, and it seemed like they weren't been allowed to work. That was why they weren't allowed to. But at that point, most of the wrestling companies had shut down.
Yeah.
We literally lost our indie scene for like 2 years.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. So, was people like obviously Angel Hayes obviously still in Scotland while she was obviously under the NXT brand?
Sorry?
I said, did obviously Angel Hayes still obviously, be part of like the Scotland scene while being for NXT?
Yeah, I mean, what was it? We seen. I mean, we seen her. I can speak specifically for Wolfgang. I seen Wolfgang twice while he was under WWE NXT UK contract at Easter Bride. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And he did the whole sort of heel, like, obviously he was like a fan favourite, not fan favourite, depending on what he was doing, but he did, at that time, he did the sort of heel Healy's story, you know, where he was a big guy, he'd made it, you know, and he was like, I'm off, fuck you guys, you know, I'm going to take your belt and piss off, you
Yeah.
know.
Fuck you
But was
guys.
it, you know, so it's one of the things, I suppose. It depends how you look at things.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, one final thing. Obviously, Tiffany's just sent us a question in. What's your favourite Elimination Chamber match?
Definitely the first one. I think that's the
Yeah.
most memorable for me.
Yeah. I think also the Shawn Michaels thing and stuff like that. So for me, I think we're both in agreement here, Hannah.
I always remember his girly bobble hair as well. You should have shot the
I,
hairdresser.
I just remember the ring gear.
Yeah.
Like brown cargo type pants, I think it was.
Yeah, he had one of his, was it Jesus Saves shirts on that day, didn't it, as well, did he not?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So
I'll need to watch that match before tonight, just to...
yeah, it's on Netflix anyway, so I presume so.
Yeah.
So right, let's get into the main event, Hannah.
The main event. Yes, okay, go on.
The main event.
I found my last foot coin.
Yay!
I wonder where it had gone.
I had decided they had zero fucks to give, and then I thought, wait a minute, I now have a fuck to give, so, you know.
Absolutely. So, obviously, the Elimination Chamber this year comes from Toronto. So, this is going to be, is it 11 o'clock it kicks off for us?
I believe so, yes.
And of course, like I said, everyone's going to be watching it and stuff like that. I can't wait. Now, it's interesting again because, like the last pay per view, there's only 4 matches. Well, there's 4 matches in the segment. I mean, what do you think to the build up?
Well, obviously the main focus in the last few weeks has been around the Elimination Chamber. This is sort of a qualification of the Elimination Chamber, and of like the transition of what was it, the American Nightmare into the Soul Man Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it's an interesting build up though when you think about it.
Yeah, there's lots going on, and there's lots of little intertwining stories, and what was it with like Punk, you know, and Drew and Logan Paul, and you know, what was it? I believe Travis Scott's going to be here tonight. What was it? I'm guessing. But was I'm guessing there's only going to be 4 matches because the Rock needs an hour to get ever what the fuck he needs to say out. You know. What was it?
So basically, what you're saying is because the Rock being there, it's going to go up by 1 hour.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, let's get that out of the way first, shall we? And stuff like that. Of course, we're talking about the Cody and Rock segment. We all knew Rock was going to be obviously at Elimination Chamber at some point. Now we know why. I don't really know what to think of this actual little thing. What do you think?
It's bizarre. I can't. It's a head scratcher. I don't know where it's going. There's only 2 things that can happen.
Okay.
Only 2 things that can happen. Cody goes and turns, which I think would be a bit anticlimactic because that turn's got potential to be huge.
Yeah.
You know, and just asking the guy, you know, what was it? Did you see SmackDown with the belt? You know,
the one from last night.
Aye.
I've not had a chance to watch it, but please continue.
So Cody comes out, and what was it? The Rock presents him with a car as a gift, you know, and he starts talking about what was it? Traveling down some dusty roads.
You see where he's going with that, though, don't you? Dusty Road.
I know. It's like, and then he comes out with the weight belt, and it's got what was it? Cody's soul written on it, and it's got a date on it, and it's his dad's. What was it? The day his dad passed away. You know, underneath it. What was it? I don't know. I have no clue. What was it? What they are trying to do with this. unless Cody's going to become the soul man, Cody Rhodes. But was it? Although Michael Cole did reference the corporate champion, so I think we are going to get some sort of cooperation going on. And remember, what was it? Harking back to last year after WrestleMania, says when I asked you, like The Rock says, "Don't ever disappoint me again." You know, when he handed him something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it's connected to. I'm just theorizing just now. We'll see. But I really don't know where that storyline's going to go because it's the most bizarre. Like, I mean, what was it? The Rock, the week previous, did more tons than what was it, Big Show in one night than Big Show ever did in his whole career. And Big Show had a lot of tons. It was like, yay! This place is great. No, you're all scumbags. Yay! Thank you, guys. Yeah, you're all sex diseased cretins. You know.
I'm just reading obviously what Bleacher Report said here, and it says that at the bottom it says WWE champion will give his answer to The Rock regarding whether or not he agrees to be the champion and face the company in The Rock's vision. At the minute, what the hell is The Rock's vision?
Yeah, exactly. The Rock's vision is John Cena turning heel, guys. That's what's going to happen tonight.
Do you reckon?
It's one of two things going to happen. I think Cena going to turn heel, or Cody's going to turn heel, because there's no point in having any other of the heelish guys sort of turn unless it's The Rock and CM Punk. But I can't see CM Punk turning a corporate champion. I don't think it would be for that. You know.
Punk's Punk. We know what Punk's like. Let's be honest.
Drew's already that tweener, so it doesn't really make sense to be that corporate that champion. Logan Paul's, you know, he's just weird.
He's always weird anyway. What are you talking about?
But was it? So I think it's either going to be Drew or Cena that wins tonight. And I think it'll tie in with what's going to happen with Cody, because obviously then we'd find out who's Cody's going to face at WrestleMania. I still hoping for a John Cena heel turn this year. I know we talked about that, and you didn't think it was something that was plausible, but who knows?
It's not the fact I don't think it's plausible. I just don't see it happening. I'm not ruling it out.
Yeah,
it's an interesting one, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. I feel it in my water, man.
So Tiffany has Cena winning. Now, you mentioned obviously Drew there, and I asked Rob Drake obviously Thursday, and he said obviously Drew as well.
Yeah. Drew versus Cody at WrestleMania.
Who knows?
Especially what he did after last year. You know, you can sort of see it. I think from what I can see that, but where does that leave Cena? Does he go after Logan Paul? Does Punk go after Logan Paul? Does AJ Styles go after Logan Paul? You know, it's it's going to be one of the big guys.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? These are all these elements which we don't know obviously what's going to play out.
Yeah, and they've all got sort of like intertwining things, and maybe something else. It might be the turn of the Beast, Brock Lesnar tonight. Who knows?
Oh God, if it is, I'm switching off. It's as simple as that. I'll probably switch off.
Bye.
Because we just spoke about it 15 minutes ago. The guy obviously just wins everything.
But he's the Beast.
Yeah, but he's well, can we just move on?
Yeah, okay, let's go Goldberg then. Let's say Goldberg comes in and wins it.
If Goldberg turns up tonight, I would do the next week's show with no show. And you heard that here. Oh God, watch this happen now. Watch Goldberg turn up. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, I'm doing a Meltzer. I'm covering every angle, you know. James Ellsworth makes his heart. It was a big WWE return. What was it? And he puts up a chinless fight.
Told Uncle Dave, as we call it.
Yeah. Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave. So we've got, obviously now the matchups and stuff, we've got 4 matches. Now this one was announced, I think it was last night, which is Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. I've got to be honest, I mean, I always obviously go above and beyond for the women's division, but for some bizarre reason, I just don't know what to think with this match.
Well, I don't like Trish at all.
Okay.
I think she's overrated.
Elaborate.
She just can't wrestle. She never could.
Wow. Okay.
I think this one's more of a crowd pleaser, isn't it? You know, it's weird because Tiffy's obviously the champion. What was it? Charlotte. The big hope was that Charlotte would come. Why did they think that Charlotte would come back and be the big baby face? I do not know. What was in the water they drink over there? You know, they always get themselves into these predicaments. So, what was it? Is Trish going to be at WrestleMania? I don't think so. I think this is a deal to get her in for Elimination Chamber because it's in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Get her out there and celebrate. I think Nia will come away with a win.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
But what was it called? Because it doesn't make this match doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Like, all of a sudden, like, she's like, let's remember the last time we seen Trish before this appearance, she was heel.
Yep.
She's come back now. She's a baby face. 6 weeks ago, Tiffy was a heel. Now she's a baby face. Right? What was it? And it's like, what was it? Yay! You're the baby face. Let me tag team with you. It's like, I don't get it. Where's the logic?
Trish is good, but I agree she's overrated. I think she's.
I don't know. Were you a fan of hers?
I mean, in that era, absolutely, 'cause there wasn't really many women's yotos that watch really.
Yeah. So there was her and Lita, wasn't there? And then there was Mickey James.
Yeah, Victoria. That's probably the only 3.
Yeah.
It's a weird one, isn't it, when you think about it?
Sorry?
It's a weird one when you think about it.
Yeah, I don't get this match at all. It's really, I really don't. It's like, just come out, tell me how long it's going to be, so I can decide how long I can take a piss for, and then I'll, come out and, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
If you had to pick a winner, you obviously say Nia Jax and Candice.
Yeah, I'm just picking that because, what was it? You get 4 matches.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? You've got to piss off the crowd at one point before the Elimination Chamber. I'm sure what's going to happen is you're going to have the first Elimination Chamber match, probably the women's. Then you're going to have what was it? Then you're going to have whatever happens with the next 2 matches. Then you're going to have the men's Elimination Chamber match, I think, and then you're going to have the Rock Cody showdown after the elimination match, because obviously we know what the opponent is in. What was it? So yeah, I'm just. This is the one match I don't get. I don't understand. I never understand when they bring Trish in because I don't rate her.
Tiffany said it seems like maybe Tiffany requests to work with Trish on her to fulfill a dream.
No, I mean that's fair. What was it? I mean, I know I said I'm not a fan of hers, but I'm sure she's definitely influenced a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always good.
Yeah, it definitely is stuff. Yeah,
I mean
absolutely.
that's the first. Her and Lita are the sort of first generation where little girls could look and watch wrestling and think, you know what, I could do that myself. What was it? On a bigger scale, I know. Previously there was other ones, but I think they were the first sort of 2, and there's quite a few sort of wrestlers in there, but that were big Lita fans. I think Bailey. That's how I think Bailey, but them and Hardys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? And you've just it's amazing. It's amazing now just to look at women's wrestling, what it's become, you know. And even little boys like got like what was it? Women, what was it? Wrestling figures, because like Liv Morgan's their hero. That to me is awesome, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a different subject.
No, yeah, absolutely. We're obviously covering the women, obviously wrestling next week and stuff like that, so we can obviously have a decent discussion about that.
Yep, exactly.
So, but the thing is, I mean, you mentioned obviously the women's side of stuff like that. It's great to see from a fan point of view, especially across like the UK and every obviously wrestling promotion ever. How far women's wrestling's come.
It is. It's insane. You go look at. I implore anybody in the UK that's never been to a UK indie promotion or local promotion. We don't really call it the indies here, do we?
No,
I
don't think
we
we
just
ever use
call it
that term.
wrestling. We just call it the fucking wrestling. Yeah, what was it? The women are absolutely killing it. It's just amazing to see the matches they're putting on. While the men are the ones that are prancing about trying to put on pretty what was it gymnastic routines. The women are in the ring knocking the seven shades of shite out of each other, you know, which is
Flippy dippy wrestling.
Sorry?
Flippy dippy wrestling.
Yeah, flippy dippy wrestling. What is wankery wrestling?
Oh dear. Should we go to the next match?
Yeah.
Next one,
Definitely.
of course, is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn unsanctioned match. I've got to be honest, I am looking forward to this one out of all the matches on the card. I mean, Kevin Owens, you saw the match obviously against Cody. That was brutal. We even said that was probably our match of the night. Absolute brutal. But these two, obviously, former friends and stuff, this is going to be absolutely insane.
It is the traditional bi-yearly what was it, Sammy Kevin Owens fallout at this point. But it's always great fun. There's never a dull moment, you know. What was it? It's amazing. These two are amazing, you know. You you know what was it? You know when these two come round to start working with each other, they've obviously decided, you know what, I want to have a bit of fun, you know. And what was it? Because they know how to push each other's buttons and they know what they can get away with, you know, with each other. What was it? So this is definitely the match of the night for me. Actually, match of the night is unsanctioned, you know, unsanctioned match. Anything goes. Bet you anything doesn't go, you know. You can't pull out an alien. But was it one of these sort of like what was alien probe device and do an alien probe on one another, you know? So technically, they're selling something that's not actually factual, you know. So anything goes apart from alien anal probes.
One of my actual favourite unsanctioned matches was Triple H versus HBK. That was obviously a brutal one as well. Was it Jericho?
No, it was HBK. That was the one where Sean came back, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that build up to that, obviously, Elimination Chamber, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was obviously one of my favourites, and that were absolutely brutal.
Yeah. What was it called? Yeah, that you know, what was it? Sean had been away for 4 years. What was it? What was it? He's like back had been his back was done in. He was finished. He couldn't wrestle ever again. And miraculously, when WCW went out of business and his what was it? Trump card disappeared. What was it? He was fine again.
Yeah, it's weird. Again. How many times have we actually seen wrestlers like say they can't wrestle again and come back? We've seen it with Edge, we've seen it with Daniel Bryan, we've seen it with Paige.
Yeah. I think in Sean's instance, they were keeping him away because he was an arsehole at the time, you know.
Well, we know that for a fact, don't we?
Yeah, and what was it? It's just sort of too coincidental that he can no longer use the threat of WCW, you know. What was it? What was it? So Vince obviously kept him on the books. What was it for all the years? And all of a sudden he was back. But hey, we got a new Sean eventually. You know, it wasn't there right away, but it was amazing to see.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you had to pick a winner for Sammy versus KO, I mean, it's a weird one. I can't call the winner this because it's like who needs to win more.
Well, I think these two are facing each other at WrestleMania, so I think Kevin Owens is going to win.
Oh, okay.
That's my prediction.
Okay, I'm just going to be I'm going to go the opposite, just to wind you up.
You won't wind me up, man. I'm already wound up.
Why? Why are you wound up?
Oh, don't get me started on the Young Bucks.
Look, this is not a AEW one. This is a WWE one, okay?
You did ask.
Next match we've got. Should we do the women's elimination chamber or the men's first?
You decide.
Let's do the women's first, shall we? Of course, the next one is the elimination chamber, which is Roxanne Perez, Bayley versus Naomi versus Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair for the right to face. I presume this is going to be Rhea Ripley.
That's a good question. Yes, it is. Because
Yeah,
Charlotte's facing.
Yeah.
Charlotte's. Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure obviously that information is correct and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, 6 incredible talent and stuff like that. I want to obviously put the spotlight obviously on Roxanne and stuff like that because I've obviously watched a lot of NXT and stuff like that, and she's really good. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Can you do it? Can you do what was it? The sort of the Sting police sort of announcement of Roxanne. Roxanne. Gotta put on your red light.
But yeah, I mean, it's in the terms obviously of Roxanne Perez and stuff like that. I mean, what do you think
About Roxanne Perez?
Yes.
I think she's like one of the main future guys of wrestling.
Mean Girls.
Or gals. Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. What about obviously the other women?
The other women, let's break it down. So bring up the card again. Because I'm just thinking way. So you've got Roxanne. Yeah, sorry, I'm stinging Sting in my head again.
Roxanne at the side.
Yes. So let's just say that what was it? Jade's going to get involved in this match, so that knocks out Naomi and
Belair
out the match because I think she's the one that attacked. It's her or Bianca that attacked. Quite clearly, they're going to team up.
Mm-hmm.
But was it? I don't think Bayley's winning, although she's phenomenal. Is it Alexa Bliss?
Yes.
You know,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
that's a Bliss, and that because this is a Bliss, my went off.
What the hell happened there?
Well, I have an Amazon device in the room, so
Oh yeah, I see where this is going now.
Yes. So
Bliss.
Yes. What was it called? So yeah. What was it? Yeah. Tiffy says she has Bianca winning. What was it? I think it's got to be. I don't think we need Jade. Not Bianca and Rhea at the moment. I think Rhea needs somebody that'll. What was it? That'll be significant. What was it? In terms of a sort of. What was it? I don't mean Bianca isn't significant. I think they need that new feud. You know. What was it? They've done a lot with Roxanne. So. Could it be Roxanne? As I say, I think Jade will be involved in this match to finish that story. Or maybe what happens is Jade, what was it? One of the girls is the women, whatever, is injured before the match mysteriously, and it turns to Jade. But Jade brings out like the greatest female wrestler of all time.
No, don't say it.
Eva Marie.
So I'm just looking at obviously people's predictions online and stuff like that, and a lot of people are tipping Bianca to win.
It wouldn't surprise me. I just don't think that's not a match that anybody wants to see at WrestleMania. Does anybody want to see Rhea versus Bianca again?
I don't know, do they? I don't.
No, me neither. You know, I mean, well, I suppose it would work because they could turn her heel. What was it? With the whole Jade thing, you know. But what was it? It would be good to see. I think it'd be good to see Roxanne get it. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, especially how well she's doing, obviously in NXT and stuff like that.
You know, and they gave her that big sort of thing at the Rumble, and you know, and she's like, it's time for her to move over. It's time for her to transition over because she's phenomenal.
Exactly, and stuff like that. So I'm going to go obviously Bianca Belair and stuff like that, but I feel like I wouldn't be disappointed if obviously Roxanne won.
Yeah, I think it's good that we can't predict. It's not as obvious as the previous years who was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what was it? The women watch, let's be honest, tends to be a bit more obvious who's going to win because it's usually storyline driven, whereas this one's a bit more random pot.
Yeah, exactly, and stuff like that. And this is what makes it more interesting, especially with like Triple H leadership.
No, definitely. What was it? And we need that new guard because the four horsewomen. What was it? It is getting a bit tiresome. Maybe we get a return of Becky tonight. Who knows? Probably not. Don't think she'll turn up till after WrestleMania now. But yeah, be very interesting to see. What was it? What's Tiffany saying? Roxanne is going to be a yeah, definitely. I think she's going to do well in the match, regardless of whether she wins it or not. It's awesome to see Alexa back. You know, it's like Alexa's not. It's weird now. I've got to be careful with her name because I want my accent to go off. What was it? But she's almost that. She's almost that good. That like significant to WWE that she's almost that special attraction now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's what was it? What was it called? She's obviously good at what she does. What was it called? I remember was it the first time I seen her in person. She's tiny, but just larger than life. You know.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Larger than life.
Yep, definitely.
So we've got one more match obviously to cover, and obviously now it's obviously the men's side. This, of course, has got Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and CM Punk. I will be honest with you, when I look at that line, that is a hell of a lineup.
It is. It really is. It's. Let's just look at that. Keep it up on the screen just now. So Damian Priest hates. What was it? Drew. Drew hates Damian Priest. Drew hates Logan Paul. Drew hates Seth Rollins. Drew hates CM Punk. Drew hates John Cena.
Are you basically saying that Drew hates everybody?
Yeah, I could have just said that, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Really? What was it? What was it? Punk and Cena have got history.
Mm-hmm.
I think if what was it? I think whatever happens in this match, it can outdo what happens with the Cody and the Rock thing, and I do think the Cody and the Rock thing will be after this match.
I think it'll be before.
You think?
I think it'd be before, because then obviously it'd be interesting to see how people react.
I'm thinking that'll happen after it because I think the choice will be made after or as a result, resulting in the end of the match. That's what.
So would you say then? Obviously, that's in the show.
What, this match?
No, yeah. So are you saying the segment with Cody and Rock will end the show?
Yep, I think that'll end the show. Not saying it's a good idea. I just think that's how it'll end the show.
Okay, that's be interesting. Really, I hope you're right because I think that would be interesting.
Yep, I don't think we'll know what Cody's going to do. Whatever Cody's going to do will be relevant to the ending of this match, I think. And whoever Rock's corporate champion is going to be is going to be involved in that, whether it be Cody or whether that be Cena or Drew or Punk or Logan Paul. I don't think it'll be Logan because that makes too much obvious sense. But then again, The Rock and Logan have a relationship in the past, you know, so it sort of could be. It'll be interesting to see. I hope they don't do this. I hope they're not going to do this dumb shit thing they did with Shawn years ago, where all of a sudden he was poor and he was JBL's patsy, you know. What was it? And do something stupid like that, where he's got like an urn. Maybe hopefully the Rock comes out with like Dusty's rashes or some fucking thing.
Oh no, that would just be weird.
Yeah, but it's not exactly beyond the pale, is it?
Yeah, but it's bearing in mind it's Triple H in charge now, not bloody Vince.
Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, I think The Rock's a fan of that whole what was it, bullshittery, you know, and what was it, like, let's be honest, The Rock's terrible on the mic. He always has been, right? I don't care what anybody says, right? I'll like, this is my hill to stand on. The Rock is he can deliver a promo, but he can't actually promo, because when he starts to promo, everything falls apart and he starts saying stupid stuff, you know.
Didn't somebody make fun of him for it a while ago? Like wrote him on his hand.
Yes, John Cena did it, and then he regretted it.
Yeah, the weird thing is, to my hand, that I've said that, and I don't know why.
Why?
When I obviously said that, I was looking at my hand at the same time. I don't know why.
You were thinking, Alec, you're going to shut up and stop rambling. We're an hour and 20 into this now.
We're at 57 minutes, mate. Dear. I think there's going to be some interesting spots in this one, especially, like I said, with all the storylines.
Yeah. I think Logan's going to knock out. If Logan knocks out, actually, I'm going to say CM Punk. Whoever Logan knocks out is who he's facing at WrestleMania. That's
okay.
that's the storyline there. So it's either going to be Punk or Damian Priest, and I don't think it's going to be Damian Priest.
So you think it's going to be Punk and Logan Paul at Mania?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
I'm trying to think who else. Like Drew, it would be an obvious pick to win, because Drew versus Cody at WrestleMania would be banger. But then you need to bring in the whole sort of you need to sort of bring in the whole element of what The Rock wants to do, and I don't think. Well, it's quite funny, because the last time The Rock was like showed you The Rock interacting, he was interacting with Drew way back, you know, backstage when he came back. So who knows? But I think Drew's a bit of a loner.
Yeah, it's really interesting. A lot of people obviously are predicting Cena to win. By the way, I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see Cena being a bad guy, turning heel.
Right. I hope you're right, because then you're going to shut up about it.
I won't. You know me. I won't shut up about it. I will continue to rant and rave about it. You know. Once he turns heel, I will start my transition to him turning babyface at the end of December.
Okay. One thing we know here is I'm going to be watching it, you're going to be watching it, and I'm pretty sure a few people more are going to be watching it.
Damn right.
So one thing we will say is, expect some messages from me, because that's going to be interesting.
It is indeed. And it's my birthday tomorrow.
It's my birthday in 4 days.
Sorry?
It's my birthday in 4 days.
Woohoo! I'm going to see... what day is your birthday?
March 5th.
5th? Okay. I'm going to see... I've got a busy March, actually, because I'm going to see Zach Wilds for Black Label Society's cover band from Black Sabbath on Thursday, so I'm looking forward to that. what was it? Believe it or not, Ted DiBiase's in Glasgow that night as well, or I would have went to that, but I had already got Zach Sabbath tickets.
So-
and then a few weeks later, we've got what was it? Oh, Jim Duggan's coming.
Ooh,
What was it? And then we've got WWE Raw as well at the end of the month. So
Yeah.
busy month.
Fun.
Do you want like strange facts, right? Yeah, we were working it out. What was it? And these are just like pointless things because like me and Fiona are in any of these sort of coincidences, right?
Yeah.
And in the space of what was it, 8 months, we would have seen the Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl, Zach Wilde,
Mm-hmm.
and Jim Duggan. Okay, and they're all share the same birthday.
That
That's whack.
That is crazy. Dear. So, guys, yeah, obviously, thank you so much for watching and stuff like that. For people watching Elimination Chamber, enjoy it and stuff like that. We'll probably catch up on it next weekend before we do the International Women's Day show.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, obviously, like I said, so next week we're covering every basis of obviously the women across every single so from AEW, WWE, we've been talking about the UK one, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm preparing a 20-minute presentation on the greatness of Eva Marie.
And the thing is, he's not lying. If you guys obviously want to support the show, head obviously to the Magical Wrestling on YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter and stuff like that. As always, any final words, Henry?
And I'm trying to think of a stupid thing to say.
So let's roll the outro.
Yeah, let's just roll the outro. Yeah.
Cheers for watching, guys.